Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Muriel, this as told by Muriel. I just want to say thank you to my new subscribers. My channel is growing slowly. My watch hours are getting up there, and I think that's attributed to me keeping these videos like 10 minutes or less. So I want to tell you guys thank you for that. If this is your first time tuning in, I talk about nursing, all things nursing. I try to touch on other things like daily life things. The more I grow, the more I'll start doing like more vlogs so you can see what I do in a day. Outside of that, I just mainly talk about nursing. I've been a nurse for 21, 22 something years. I don't know. I started my own trash disposal company where we provide residential trash cans like the city provides, and we do weekly trash disposal. That business is doing very well. I am currently up, I have 60 bins out. But we keep some of the bins to the side just in case some get damaged. We're right now thinking of ordering another shipment because I do have several. I have almost 100 customers waiting for service. So like I said, that business is doing well. I'm still working as a nurse for my new subscribers. I'm a registered nurse who I prefer long-term care. I'm a BSN RN. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my BSN, why I feel like it really truly wasn't necessary for me to become a bachelor's prepared nurse. So y'all, I've been an RN since 2019. I was an LPN prior to that for 18 years. And when I got my RN, my plan was to go straight into the BSN program. I graduated with my RN. I graduated in 2018. I didn't take my class till 2019. And immediately, before anything else, I knew I did not want to work in acute care. I had no intention on going into the hospital, but I didn't want to really stay in long-term care because I had been doing that for like 18 years. So I was kind of stuck on what to do. So what I did is I remained in long-term care for about 6 months. I had already been working with agency as an LPN, so I continued to work with agency as an RN. Didn't really have a full-time staff job, but I was doing PRN. I was mainly doing agency, just trying to figure out where I would fit in, which way I wanted to go. Did an interview at a federal at the VA, a federal building, and actually got hired, but it was for their long-term care unit. And at the time, I was like, I want something different. So I accepted the position, and y'all know federal jobs take forever for everything to go through. So by the time everything went through, I had already changed my mind. In the meantime, I was speaking with some of my classmates, and they had went into the hospital setting. They were working acute care, and they were telling me all the exciting things they were doing. And it kind of got me to wondering, like, that, it was so interesting to me. And I kind of felt like I should be utilizing my RN, doing something higher level care other than long-term care or hospice, because I did a little bit of hospice as well. So I went ahead and I started working at the at a hospital, and within like 7 months of me being there, 7-8 months, that's when C-19 hit the United States, and it hit hard, and I was just exhausted, y'all. I couldn't take the year. I couldn't make it a year. So I resigned from the hospital and went right back to long-term care. I've been doing long-term care ever since. I did return to acute care for a brief stint in 2021. That was only to brush up on my skills so I could take a travel assignment, which I did, taking a travel assignment in acute care. My contract was ended early because of a family complaint. But I actually, it wasn't as traumatizing for me at that hospital like it was at the other hospital, but I think I still would have preferred to be in long-term care, only because of the freedom I feel like I have working in long-term care, which I talked about in another video. So I've been in long-term care ever since, and in the process of this, in 2021, I started my BSN journey. I started January 2021. I finished in December 2021. As of right now, I have not utilized that BSN other than to have it on a name tag. The BSN has done absolutely nothing for my career. It hasn't guaranteed me any more money. It hasn't guaranteed me any position in any place that the ADN didn't guarantee me. I say this all to say that before you take that leap to get your BSN, if you're an ADN, before you take that leap to get your BSN, really think about what will it prosper you? Like, what will it do for you? Because to be honest, y'all, I can honestly stay in long-term care for the duration of my career and not use my BSN at all. I started thinking about careers with my BSN that, you know, that it would make it worth me having this $10,000 degree, because that's what it cost me for my BSN, $10,000. And I honestly, the only, outside of maybe getting a federal job or maybe a state job, I don't see what a BSN is, the way the BSN improves my nursing life at all. I'm doing the same thing I was doing with my LPN. The only difference with my LPN and my RN, to be honest with you, when it comes to long-term care, is the money I get paid. So that in itself is an incentive to get your ADN, because you do get paid more money. Even if you remain in long-term care, you do get paid more money with your ADN versus your LPN. But for BSN, as a nurse who's in long-term care, it really doesn't, it's really not changing my nursing career path at all. Now, I am in the Southeast. I don't know if it's like that in all states, but I know here in the Southeast, having my BSN in long-term care is not doing anything for me. And to be honest, the hospital that I was going to work at, having my BSN wasn't going to profit me any more money financially, because they didn't pay you any differential for your BSN. And those hospitals that did, they may have paid you like $1.50 more. And with so many nurses now, in hindsight, being travelers, you don't get paid any differential for having your BSN. You probably will get chosen before some other nurses who have their ADN for those magnet hospitals. But let me tell you, the way things are going right now, I don't even think they're looking at ADN, BSN. I'm not absolutely sure, but the majority of hospitals, I don't think they care. Initially, not going to lie to y'all, my initial plan was to go into the federal government. That's where I plan to go. But you make more money in the federal government, regardless if you're working in their long-term care, I don't know, section apart or whatever, or if you're working in a hospital part, you do make more money with your BSN. So initially, that was my goal, to go back to the federal government, reapply, and get paid more money, because I would have gotten paid more money as an RN with a BSN and some experience. Because as a fresh RN ADN, the money sucked. Like, it was not good at all. So now, to top all this off, my future plans, because y'all know if I can leave nursing altogether, I would. I would leave it all together. So for the future, my plan is, since my trash disposal business is really doing, it's doing fairly well, and I know it can do even better, my plan is now looking towards more of the benefits portion of working outside of the financial work, because working for like the state, my plan is to go take a state job, job where I can do part-time and still get benefits, medical, vision, dental, and stuff like that. I know MUSC is a state hospital, and I can do part-time hours and get benefits, but that's acute care, and that's not something I want to return to. So right now, my options are kind of limited to working at a prison, working in the school system, working at a some maybe government department of mental health facility, or something along those lines, where I can get those state benefits. That's really, next year, that's going to be my focus. It's not going to be the money, because I know I'm not going to make much money, but to get those benefits is going to be my focus. So if any of you work for any state agencies, if you can let me know how the benefits are, like how's the benefit package. I hear that the benefits are awesome, and that's what I need in my life. And even if it takes me where I'm only going to be making, say, $35 an hour, 36, I'm fine with that, as long as the benefits are good. So yeah, I just want to come to you guys, tell you this video about ADN versus BSN, just in case some of you are wondering, should you take that leap? Don't be like a lot of people. A lot of people just do it for the status, and it doesn't benefit them in the end to even have those letters behind their name. If it's not beneficial, if it's not going to be beneficial, I don't see the reason. And especially with so many nurses now, even leaving nursing altogether, you may go put $10,000, $20,000 into your BSN and not even work as a nurse anymore. Or like some of these FNPs who put $20,000, $25,000 into a MSN and not even working as an FNP or working as whatever, they got their masters in. Don't be like those nurses, y'all. Yeah, I'm Muriel. This is As Told by Muriel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.